Hello everyone! I'm here to introduce the new ASL interpretation for this song that we all know and love, Day by Day. I hope that this video helps break down the new signs for you so that way at your next chapel you can already start showing off your new signs and this new way to look at this beautiful song. Now our first line is Day by Day. So we're going to start this line with the sign for day. And how we do that is we set up our first arm like a little table here, our second arm up like this, and this hand is going to have the number 1 sign in ASL. This is how you sign number 1. But our palm is going to be facing towards us, and then our hand is going to go down, just like that, like the sun going down during the day. So, day. Now the song isn't just talking about one singular day, we're talking about day by day. Every day, a continuation of days. So now that we've signed day, we're going to sign one after the other. One after the other. Just like that. So day by day. Now the second line is a little bit longer. It says, Dear Lord, of thee, 3 things I pray. So let's break it down. The first part, Dear Lord. Now it's not Dear Lord as though we're writing him a letter. It's Dear Lord, meaning our precious Lord, our valued Lord. So how you're going to sign that is take your hands up here right underneath your jaws. They're going to be open like this, and you're going to bring them down into fists. This means precious, valued, or dear in this song. Now the word after that, Lord, some of you may already know how to sign. You're going to do the L in ASL. You're going to tap your shoulder and bring it down to your waist. Like, think of a sash. So, Dear Lord. And now it's not just Dear Lord, it is Dear Lord of thee. So how do we do of thee? We're going to open up our hands and bring them up to the Lord here. We are introducing the Lord, signaling up to him. Now the rest of that verse is 3 things I pray. In ASL, we like to use lists, and we can actually use lists with our hands. So we're going to pull up a number 3. And I know this may look different to you guys for 3. Some of you may be used to doing 3 like this. But actually in American Sign Language, this is the number 3. So as we say this, 3 things I pray. So these are our 3 things. And we're going to point to each of them. 3 things I, point to yourself, pray. Just as though you're going to bow your head and say a prayer. So that line again is, Dear Lord of thee, 3 things I pray. Now in the next verses, we're going to actually say these prayers. These 3 prayers, we're going to say them. So the first one is to see thee more clearly. So we're going to pull up our list, and we're going to point to number 1, which is your thumb. So number 1 is to see. Now you make a little V shape. Touch your cheek, pull it out, to see. Now we're not only just wanting to actually see the Lord, but we know God is invisible. We can't actually see him, not yet. So see, what that really means is to understand the Lord. We want to understand him and his ways. So you're going to come down and rotate my hand so you can see it and point a finger up, but it's going to be facing you. So understand, and then more clearly. More, some of you may already know this sign, more clearly. And these go great together, these signs. More, and then right into clearly. So again, number 1, to see thee more clearly. And then our second prayer is to love thee more dearly. So we're done with number 1. The thumb is done. Now we're going to point to our pointer finger. Number 2, to love. Maybe some of you know the sign too, to love. Now in ASL, what we also like to do is use our hands to pretend like they're people. And what you can do is actually use that number 1 hand shape that we used earlier. Now this is going to be God. We're going to make God into this little person, and he's not, but we're just going to pretend in American Sign Language. So here's God, and we want to love him. Now, while God's here, we're going to pull up our I love you sign. I'm sure most of you know this, and we're going to bring it to God, right? Because we want to love him. And we want to love him how? More dearly. And this dearly is going to be different than it was at the beginning when we said, dear Lord. This dearly means deeply, intimately, like we have a friendship with God. So you're going to sign more, that sign we already know, and then deeply. So you're going to hold one hand up here, this flat hand. This other one is that number one hand shape again, but you turn it upside down and you go all the way down, like you're digging deep into the earth or into the water. Deeply. So let's do that one more time. So number 2 is to love thee, right, more dearly. So now we're on our final prayer, to follow thee more nearly. So this is our third one. We're going to hold up our list. We're done with our thumb. We're done with our pointer. Now we're on to our third finger. So you're going to point to that third finger and we're going to say follow. So how do we do follow? I want you to hold up your hands like this, like good job, 2 thumbs up. You're going to put one right behind the other. So you want to kind of touch that wrist right here. And this is us, and this is God right here. And we're going to follow. Perfect. Follow. More, we know that sign. More, nearly. So remember earlier we made God into this little imaginary person here. Well, we're going to do that again. So here it's God. And now here's us right behind him. We want to follow nearly. So we're going to touch him and we're going to move him forward. So we're going to follow thee more nearly. Perfect. And the last line, we've already done it. It's day by day. So day by day. All right, now that you know it, we're going to take it from the top and we're going to do it slowly so that way we work up to it. All right, let's begin. Day by day, dear Lord of thee, 3 things I pray. To see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, to follow thee more nearly, day by day. All right, now we're ready for the actual song. Can't wait to see you guys start using it during chapel. Have a great day.